it's a bop. Do people still say that? I don't know, but I still live in June 2018. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about the day I talked to Harry Styles in Madison Square Garden. If you're interested in these kinds of videos, then please give the video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and push the bell notification so YouTube will alert you when I post a new video. Since a lot of people have asked me about my LaneOne experience and my experience talking to Harry, I thought it would be nice to make a video about it. I'm very excited to talk about it, so if I ramble a lot, it's because it's probably the best show of the tour for me. So as some of you might know, I went to see Harry in Boston and New York, which you can see behind me as well. I have all my tour photos. I went to Boston and I had seats behind the stage, and then for the first night of New York I had seats behind the stage as well. And then for the second night in New York I had LaneOne tickets. And LaneOne, if you don't know LaneOne, it's a company that provides VIP services, I guess. So when you book something through LaneOne, you get the best experience. Most of the times you can enter the venue early. You have a VIP lounge where you can have drinks and snacks. This is not sponsored by LaneOne, even though if you want to hit me up. This is my LaneOne experience, seeing Harry Styles in New York. The first night in New York was very different from the second night because the first night I didn't queue and I had seated tickets. I was located behind the desk. I was located behind the stage, and it was very cool because I got to see almost the entire venue from Harry's point of view. You can probably see quite far into the venue. Harry can still see you. And that's nice to know as well. So that was the first night, and then it was really hard, but I left early. I left at the start of Sign of the Times because I wanted to be first in the queue for LaneOne. I ran out of the venue and all the security guards were like, what are you doing? Why are you leaving? There was no one leaving yet because it was quite early still. I started texting Nikki like a madman that she had to come because I was so scared that there would be other people arriving first. But luckily she was the second one to arrive, and then like 5 seconds, not even 5 seconds after her, there were more people arriving. We had a very nice group of people. We met at the venue and at the queue. It was nice, like a normal queue, but because it was smaller, everyone was talking to everyone. It wasn't like smaller groups within the group, it was almost like one big group. One of the girls from the queue let us change at her hotel, which was really nice. We went back to the queued for a bit more. It was so good. We went in, and I'm literally getting anxious from telling the story. We went into this lounge which was a VIP lounge for LaneOne, and we got to have unlimited drinks and food. We decided to get some food and drinks, and since I'm over 21 I can drink legally in America, so I decided to get myself a cocktail and a beer. We had a lot of fun. We sat and sang all kinds of One Direction songs together. It was really good.
'Cause there is nobody else, it's gotta be you. Only you.
And then we went into the venue. Sometimes they leave you at the pit with the normal tickets, but for this one they literally walked all the way across the barricade to the front. So it was all fun until I had to go to the bathroom. When I have beer, I have to go to the toilet really bad, and I had beer. Yeah, it was the best night, Madison Square Garden, but also one of the worst because I had to go to the toilet so bad that I didn't know what to do anymore. So in the end, I decided to go to the toilet. At that point I was crying like a madman because I spent so much money and I queued for the... I was like, please let me through back again because I really need to go to the toilet, but I really want to come back. And this girl, she literally dragged me there because at that point I was having a panic attack. So panic attack, crying, walking to the toilet. She dragged me there and dragged me back. I was pushing through all the people and they were like, what is she doing? And I was like, no, but I have to go back because I was there already, but I needed to go to the toilet. And everyone was looking at me so weirdly because I was crying. I was such a mess. My makeup was all gone. At some point, people started recognizing me. It was like a miracle. Literally all stepped aside and they made like a path for me to go through so I could go back to my original spot. And how that happened, I don't know. Then the concert started. So that all happened before the concert. It was such a roller coaster. If you've ever been to a Harry Styles concert, you know that he always does the part where it's like, who's not from here? So for example, he did in New York, he did, oh, who's from New York? And then everyone starts screaming, and then he who's not from New York, and then everyone starts screaming. Since I was not from New York, I raised my hand and I cheered to him. It's so surreal that you have your idol recognize you. But I saw him looking when he asked who's not from New York, because he knew that I wasn't from New York. He was looking for me, and then he was like, ah! And then he started his conversation with me. But sadly I didn't record it. One of the people from the other side recorded it, but it was only the last part.
The Empire State Building, yeah? Yeah, you can make some noise for the Empire State Building. Okay, anything else? The Rockefeller Center. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else? You have some nice food. Great.
I don't know what I was doing with my hands, but it seemed like the proper thing to do. Yeah, so we had a little chat with Harry, which was really nice. And then he ended it with, give it up for food. But yeah, I told him I'm from Amsterdam and that I was in New York for 2 weeks, which I was. And then he asked us what we were doing there, and I couldn't think of anything because I spent 2 whole weeks there. So I did so much stuff that I was like, yeah, if I had told him all the stuff we'd done, I'd still be there. The night couldn't get any better because I just talked to Harry Styles. But then he started playing Still the One. It was so cool to be one of the only people to see that song live. I feel so honored to have been there. I also wanted to share the experience with you. I recorded it for you guys so you could be there with me. And I will link the video in the cards above. I would have never imagined myself to travel to New York at this point in my life. I ended up saving quite a lot. I also had a lot of deals and friends helping me out. Shout out to you, especially Victoria, for lending me the money to go to see Harry in New York. I just wanted to tell you guys that if you want something, I think you can make it happen. This is not a video to gloat about, oh my god, I did this and I did that. Of course I want to share my story, but at the same time I want to inspire you to do the stuff that you want to do. So the moral of the story is that you can do much more than you think you can do. And please don't hesitate to do what makes you happy, because I think that that's one of the most important things in life. I would like to thank you so much for watching. Again, if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up so I know what kind of videos you like, so I can make more of them in the future. And if you've been waiting for a sign to follow your dreams, this is it. I'll see you next week. Bye!